All right, hi everybody. Welcome back to beekeeping at Sentinel Pines. We're gonna go in today, do some checking on everything. We've uh, we've pretty much prepped them for the most part for winter. I mean, as much as we can. There's still some work to do yet this year, but today we're gonna check to see if the mites have kind of gotten out of hand. In the next couple of weeks, we're gonna fumigate the both hives. Um, and check for just check for mites and all that stuff, get them mostly ready. Still haven't decided if I'm going to wrap the hives in anything. Some people do, some people don't. That used to be a pretty common practice, I guess, wrapping them, but that was back when people believed that it was cold that was getting to them. But the truth is cold isn't what's going to get them, it's the mites. Mites and moisture. And we've got plans to help mitigate some of the moisture. There's a bunch of dead bees on the ground here. I assume that many of them are drones that have been kicked out, but also the hives just, we're not producing as many new bees. And so we're getting rid of dead ones. But, oh, I left my tool on the bench in here. So, yeah. So, we're going to check two things today. We may do a round of Apiguard. I did not, or a round of testing, but I don't think we will, because looking at the Apiguard treatment that's in here, it doesn't look empty. So I don't really know like what's considered an empty round of Apiguard, because there's still crystals in here. What we are going to look for today is I'm looking for bees that have deformed wing virus. So you can look that up. But if the mites are really getting to them, they will develop a disease called deformed wing virus disease. And looking at them, it does not look like that is the case. The bees I can see, all their wings look good. Wings look healthy. I might just go ahead and crack down into this box and pull some to test. But like I said, there's still Apiguard left in this treatment, so maybe I won't. I'm just going to scoot what's left kind of out from the nooks and crannies, because I only have one Apiguard treatment left, and I think I'm going to want to put it in Gretchen's hive. So I think I'm just going to leave that. But I am going to add a half of this pollen patty here. So just ripping it in half. I'm going to give the other half to the other hive. They're still kind of working them. They're not going through them as much as they were a couple of weeks ago. I don't really know why that is, but here we are. Okay, so I'm not going to go any deeper just because it's kind of cold today. And I don't want to do anything that's going to disturb them too much. But I don't see a single bee that looks like it has a deformed wing. Every wing looks good. So we're going to leave them. We're going to leave them alone. And we'll just mention that at our next bee club meeting. So pretty quick visit into this one today. I'm probably going to want to do a test on these now that I think about it, because if I'm adding the new Apiguard, then that means that I should test these bees. But at the same time, like, don't tell my president this, but like, what's the point in testing them? I'm going to be giving them a round of fumigation regardless. So if the Apiguard is empty, we'll put a new one on, but I don't really see the point in testing. I know that they're likely to have mites. They did the last time, and I'm going to fumigate anyways. So we're just going to go with it. I started this smoker, but now that I think of it, I haven't even really used it at all. Oh well. It's better to have a smoker going and ready than and not need it than to feel like you want a smoker and not have it. So, all right, here we go. Gretchen. Okay, see, like they also have not finished their Apiguard, and they have not finished their pollen patty, so I'm not going to crack that around. But looking at them, checking for deformed wing virus. I don't think I see anything. They do look like a different kind of bee than what I have in there, so they do have some intricacies that are different about their wings. But what will happen with deformed wing virus, and you can Google a picture of this, but their wings will look, this is a dead drone, so I can kind of inspect him a little closer. But their wings will look like shriveled up and curled up in on themselves. And these don't look that way. You know, all their wings are sitting nice and flat, full development. You know, I don't really see anything too peculiar. There are some differences I see, you know. But I don't think there's anything in here that's worrisome. Everybody looks okay. And they look industrious. I'm not going to crack into them either, but they look like they're working. You know, everything's gotten a little quieter because it's colder and there's really nothing for them to eat out there. So everything's just kind of, you know, like when you come to the hive, it's not too crazy. One thing I do need to do, I keep forgetting to do this, but one thing I do need to do is I do need to put on my mice guards. Pretty soon mice are going to start bothering them. I do have the mice guards, but I haven't done anything with them. So I don't think we're going to do anything with this hive today either. I think this is a pretty short visit out today, and I'm okay with that because I want to get down into the garden, do some garden work. So I think I'm just going to pop this on and call it a day. Yep. So yeah, that's about it. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to come back out here and sweep away some of these dead bees. But in the next few weeks, we're going to use an oxalic acid spray on everybody. And then pretty much be done for the winter. We'll put on some sugar on the top and a pollen patty. Pretty much be done with them for the year. When I do the spray, I'll try to film it, but I might need Libby's help when I do that. So anyways, thanks for watching.